Hello, Zenith friends. This is E.T., your host. Today I am continuing the wheel, and we are moving on to the next sign of the zodiac, the archetype of Aquarius. Aquarius is another fixed sign, which represents the most extreme portion or phase of a season. Fixed signs tend to be very stubborn, set in their ways, set in their ideologies, especially Aquarius with the mind, because it is an air sign. A little bit about Aquarius. Aquarius is ruled traditionally by Saturn. And the modern ruler of Aquarius is Uranus. So let's talk a little bit about these two planets, especially because they're quite different. I think in the last video I talked about how Saturn was eating his children to prevent them from overthrowing him. Father Time will always devour you in the end. But it turns out that Uranus was the name of the father of Saturn. So Uranus represents quite a bit of things. Right off the bat, I just want to say that Uranus is known to be unpredictable, unconventional, can be quite... It represents sudden change, the planet Uranus, sudden epiphany, insight, genius. Uranus is androgynous. It represents homosexuality. Uranus and Aquarius actually rule over astrology as well. Uranus is not concerned with fitting in. It is a very quirky planet. It is very original. I would say that where Uranus is in your chart kind of shows you where your stroke of genius is. Uranus represents source. Uranus represents non-duality, oneness, male and female together. Like I say, so it rules over homosexuality. It also rules over androgyny. Aquarius is a very androgynous sign. Even though I would say, because it's air, which is a masculine element, the mind, ruling over the mind, I would say that Aquarius really is a masculine sign. Saturn here, because Saturn rules over Capricorn and Aquarius, but Saturn with Aquarius is a little different. You know, if you're Aquarius, you have to look where your Saturn is. This is very important. This will add lots of flavor to your Aquarian-isms. Saturn is, like I said in the last video on Capricorn, is the architect. It is the builder. It is the father figure. It is structure. It is discipline. It is limitation. Saturn, through the lens of Aquarius, is taking all these things, in Capricorn, it's literally the third dimension, right? The earth, the structure, the form. When it moves into Aquarius, that structure, that discipline, that form, that father energy moves into the intellectual realm. It moves into the mind. It moves into thought patterns. So with Saturn and Aquarius, and Aquarians in general, it's the great architecture, it's the great builder, it's the great disciplinarian, but it isn't concerned in the materialistic realm. It is of the intellect. It is the structure of the mind, which is very interesting. I would say Uranus, Aquarius rules over technology. I think those with heavy Aquarian energies are going to be more or less attracted to the internet or attracted to utilizing tech. You do have to look at the whole chart, typically, other signs can point to that as well, but we're just talking about Aquarius in this video. So when I think of Aquarius, I think of the internet. I think of the interconnectedness of all things. We're talking about the 11th house. So this is the house of social circles. This is the house of our network. This is the World Wide Web. This is Aquarius, which is the humanitarian. He is concerned with his fellow human. The opposite of Aquarius is Leo, which is very much concerned with self. Aquarius is very quirky, very unconventional, but it's also very human. Aquarius is very much loves that humanitarianism of, the group. It doesn't necessarily want to be bound to it, but Aquarius needs it. I would say Aquarius is very detached emotionally because this is an intellectual sign. So you may be surprised at how emotionally detached an Aquarian can actually be, because it is such a masculine, or it's a subtly masculine sign. I don't really think of femininity. I can't even say that word. I'm not even going to try. I can't think of, feminine essence necessarily with the sign of Aquarius because it's so mental and emotionally detached. That doesn't mean that if you're a woman you can't be Aquarius, of course. But I have noticed some of, masculine traits are apparent with this sign. Doesn't matter, what your gender is. And any planet that moves into this sign is going to have kind of a flavor of that Aquarian mental energy. So these people are very intelligent. These people are highly social. These people are highly unconventional and highly, like I say, it's Uranus is genius, right? So Aquarius has that stroke of genius, that genius flair to them, but can make them a little cuckoo. So it's important for Aquarians to ground, to connect to their social circles. These things really keep them healthy. The 11th house is the house of gains. Why? Because we gain whatever it may be through our networks, through our social circles, right? through the networks of people that we associate ourselves with. This is very important. This is why it's the house of gains, because if you're totally cut off from everyone and everything, you don't necessarily have that kind of access to new things. So once again, Aquarius loves the internet. It loves mingling in several different types of circles. It loves its fellow human being just for existing, whatever culture, whatever background, whatever circumstance. It is a humanitarian. And it's not like Leo, where it's so concerned of self or creative, self-expression. Aquarius has these tendencies because Aquarius Sun has Earth in Leo. But Aquarius is more concerned about humanity as a whole, the whole World Wide Web, not this one performer. How that is influenced in the bigger picture of all. So, all access points have that correlation, right? The 5th house, the 11th house. These are opposite houses, Leo, Aquarius. They kind of offer each other balance. And, in a way, that's a beautiful thing. Like the Leo energy, the 5th house, represents creative expression, right? To dumb it down. And that can, in turn, affect humanity. So these all access points, whether it be Cancer, Capricorn, Libra, Aries, Scorpio, Taurus, or, all of them, etc., all of them play in this wonderful exchange with each other. That one side, even though it has nothing to do with this other side, they are affecting the other side. And that's especially important to look at with the nodes. Your north and south node will always be 180 degrees opposite from each other. And so it's important to look at that access point between these two very important dharmic and karmic points on the chart, which is going to show you the correlation in your own life, your own journey, your own path, your past life and your future self, where you're headed, and how the two correlate with each other. So Aquarius, just to sum it up, is very unconventional. It's all things genius. It's all inventors. It rules over astrology. You can't pin it down. It's not going to accept your gender, and it's not going to accept any kind of box for itself, because it's literally just kind of able to, Aquarius and Uranus, the planet, are related to lightning. It's like a flash of epiphany, a flash of wonderful insight. So this is a little brief interpretation of the sign of Aquarius. I hope you enjoyed it. If you would like to know more about your chart, where your nodes are, what that means, where your sun is, what that means, Moon, Mars, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Uranus, Saturn, and all the asteroids, as well as personal points and your ascendant and descendant and house system, book a reading with me, and I would love to give you a detailed chart reading on your specific natal chart. Thank you guys for 17 subscribers. How exciting. So much fun. And like this video, share this video, comment on this video, tell me what I forgot. Tell me, what else that slipped my mind during this 15 minutes of video. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.